Mekayla Bali was born on July 2nd, 1999 in Regina, Canada. Her mother, Paula Marie Bali, works as a consultant for the Ministry of Social Services. Her father is not officially known, but after her disappearance, a man named Rick Bright was put forward as their possible biological father. Bali lived with her mother, aunt, maternal grandmother and two younger siblings in Yorkton, Canada. Her maternal grandfather died in March 2016, only 1 month before she went missing. Her mother described Bali as a shy and quiet girl. She enjoyed playing the violin and participated in the drama club at her high school, where she was attending 11th grade. Bali had no history of disappearing for extended periods of time, and according to her mother, she was not a risky kid. Although she was bullied at times for her acne, her mother felt that around the time of her disappearance, she was just hitting her stride. Mekayla's high school friends told reporters that in the days leading up to her disappearance, she mentioned several places she would soon visit. They also said Bali had claimed to have 5,000 Canadian dollars in her bank account, although police later confirmed that she had nowhere near that amount. On Monday, April the 11th, 1 day before she disappeared, she sent a text message to a friend asking for a ride to the local TD bank the next morning. She also communicated with the bank several times that day and eventually wired $25 to her account. On Tuesday morning of April the 12th, Bali sent another text message to said friend asking again for a ride to the local TD bank. However, her friend refused. Later that morning, Bali's grandmother drove her to school, arriving between 8:10 and 8:20 a.m. CCTV footage shows her putting a binder inside her locker at 8:21 a.m. and leaving the school through the back entrance at 8:30 a.m. She was next seen by a surveillance camera walking southeast along the railroad tracks. The clerk of Terry's Pawn and Bargain, a local pawn shop, told police that Bali attempted to pawn a silver ring. However, being of low value, he did not make her an offer. Shortly after, she was seen at the TD bank withdrawing $55 from her account. At around 9:10 a.m, cameras show her entering a combined Tim Hortons Wendy's restaurant, where she buys a drink and sits down at a table. She can be seen using her phone, seemingly taking it apart at one point and then putting it back together. At 9:23, after less than 15 minutes, she leaves the restaurant, re-enters almost immediately, and goes out through another exit. Over the next 25 minutes, she was spotted by several cameras near the restaurant. Her movements during this time form a wide circle, checking the area around the restaurant in a counterclockwise direction. At 9:49 a.m, she enters the restaurant again. This time she sits down at another table. At 10:12 a.m, she sends a text message to a friend saying, "Hey, I need help." But after a couple of minutes she texts, "Never mind, I figured it out." She is seen leaving the restaurant again, only to re-enter shortly after. At 10:43 a.m, she walks over to an elderly lady and starts a short conversation. Police were able to identify that woman, who told them that Bali had asked for help in renting a hotel room, which she declined. After ending the conversation, Bali uses her telephone again and quickly leaves the restaurant, this time for good. Mekayla does not appear on any other surveillance footage for more than an hour after that. However, according to an employee, she is then seen a little later at the local STC bus depot. There, she inquired when the next bus to Regina would leave. When she learnt that the bus would leave at 5 p.m, she left the bus station without purchasing a ticket. She then re-enters the high school at 12 a.m, but meets only with two other students in the school cafeteria. They confirm that she told them about plans to take a bus to Regina for vacation. Cameras showed her leaving the school at 12:03. The next time she was seen was at the Trail Stop restaurant, where she ordered lunch. This restaurant was attached to the bus depot at the time. According to eyewitnesses, she left the restaurant between 1 and 1:45 p.m. After that, no one remembers seeing her, and she does not appear on any other surveillance footage. Police were able to verify that she did not get on any of the buses that day. Mekayla's disappearance was noticed by her family on the afternoon of April the 12th, when her grandmother went to pick her up from school. When she learned that Bali had not been at school all day, she contacted Mekayla's mother. The women initially searched for Bali themselves. When they could not find any sign of her after hours of searching, they reported her missing to the police. Mekayla's phone was turned off at 6:51 a.m. the next morning. According to police, Bali has not used any of her social media accounts since. One possible exception occurred 3 months later, when a Snapchat message sent to her by one of her friends became marked as opened. However, it could not be determined if anyone actually viewed it. Police also confirmed that her bank account has not been used since, and she does not have a passport with her, which would make it difficult for her to leave the country. Mekayla's case was initially handled by the Yorkton RCMP. The RCMP then handed the Bali file over to the General Investigations Section, a dedicated unit that investigates major offences. On July the 21st, 3 months after she went missing, the RCMP escalated their search by issuing a child search alert. Police reviewed hundreds of hours of surveillance camera footage provided by local businesses and conducted dozens of interviews with potential witnesses to piece together Bali's movements on April the 12th. Although she used her phone extensively throughout the day, no phone calls were registered by her cell phone provider, and she's believed to have used social media apps to communicate. Investigators said it was a challenge to obtain information from these companies. In August 2017, the RCMP conducted a 3-day ground grid search in a wooded area near Bali's high school in Yorkton. However, no new evidence regarding Bali's whereabouts resulted from the search. Police never confirmed a suspect in the case, but did announce a person of interest. This person was seen by witnesses leaving the Trail Stop restaurant with Bali. The man eventually reported to the police, who were able to question him. He was later ruled out. In addition, police were able to locate several online acquaintances of Bali and contacted the hotels in the area. However, none of these efforts led to any further leads. In 2019, police began releasing extensive surveillance camera footage in hopes that it would bring new leads from people who saw Mekayla that day. Police have consistently treated Mekayla's disappearance as a missing persons case and said that they have no evidence of foul play. Likewise, high school friends have opinioned that her actions that day were intentional on her part, with one of them saying, "I know it was her decision, but I'm still kind of kicking myself over it." Some of Mekayla's social media posts indicate that she was unhappy and planned to leave. However, her mother points out that these posts are very old and were no longer relevant at the time of her disappearance. Mekayla's mother said that she initially thought her daughter might have run away, but that she quickly changed her mind when she realised that her acne medication, as well as her money she kept at home for emergencies, were untouched. Mekayla had an extensive online presence on a number of social media apps, where she chatted with other people, often using a number of different aliases. On March the 1st, 2016, Bali wrote on her Snapchat and one of her Instagram accounts, "Looking for Snapchat friends because I have none in real life. Add me." which led some people to believe that she was contacted by a person involved in her disappearance. Investigators have put substantial effort into acquiring information on her online history, but said that US privacy laws caused significant delays. Mekayla's mother said she supported these efforts by giving them all of her passwords, everything to Mekayla's accounts. One app in particular, the messaging app Kik, has been singled out by Mekayla's friends as well as investigators as being a cause for concern. Kik has been accused of providing inadequate parental controls. Bali's friends have confirmed that they did not know much about who she was in contact with online.